Infiltrator, starring Bryan Cranston, is about an undercover agent, and what undercover agents do, they pretend to be your friends, and then they fuck you over. Well, he is really good at his job, and he tells his wife, you know what, this is my last case. And what is his last case? Basically, it's going undercover in the Pablo Escobar echelon of the financial situation. He pretends to be this high-end money launderer, and he works his way up that ladder, and he's going to try to take down as many people as he can in one last hoorah. Well, is this movie any good? To be honest, I went and saw the trailer a bunch of times, and I've been seeing it all over the place, and it just kind of looked like, I guess I'll see that. It just looks like a run-of-the-mill, cop movie, whatever. I really wasn't too excited or anticipating to see this. I didn't realize it came out on Wednesday. I just happened to be out, and I was like, oh, hey, The Infiltrator's playing, so I went and saw it. Who knows? Anyways, the story to this movie, again, it's based on a true story, so if you don't want to know what happens, don't look up the true story. I won't spoil it here. But it is a pretty interesting take on these undercover guys doing so much. You never hear about these guys. It's a pretty thankless job as far as I'm concerned. They do some crazy shit. They are risking their lives in this movie a lot. And I got to give major props to Bryan Cranston on his acting, and John Leguizamo, because he's in this movie and he does a fucking awesome job too. Now, they are so many tense moments in this movie, oh my god, where you're sitting there, you know when you're trying to lie to somebody, I'm sure you've all lied to somebody at some point where it doesn't go as planned, right? Because they start breaking down your little holes in your story, and you're kind of like, oh fuck. You feel like that this whole movie, that whole feeling, because you just know at any second the one wrong word that is said, the one wrong thing they find out, the whole thing comes crumbling down, and it's not like you feel safe ever. There are so many scenes in this movie where you're like, oh man, if something goes wrong right here, he's getting fucking schwacked. He's gonna get fucking tortured. His whole family's gonna get killed. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god, man. And the characters in this movie are really great. I mean, they do such good jobs at developing the relationships between all the characters in this movie, whether it's a family, whether it's friendships, whether it's co-workers, whether it's the people he's infiltrating. There's a lot of people that really don't even have that much screen time in this movie, but you still feel this good connection, so that when things kind of sum up at the end, you feel it, you feel like you either feel happy or you feel like, oh man, that's sad, or you feel whatever you're going to feel depending on what happens, you know what I'm saying? But they develop the characters so well. You care about every character to a certain extent. You care about every single relationship. That's major props to a movie like this. Some of the people only had a couple lines, and I was still like, oh man, what's going to happen? You know what I mean? The other thing this movie does an amazing job at is getting you kind of, probably as close as a movie ever can, into the mindset of what it's like to be going undercover. I think the next closest movie to this would be The Departed, in terms of not the movie itself, but just the mindset of being undercover and how it affects you. Because in The Departed, it affected Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon. It tore those guys down. They got relationships on the side they're going undercover with, that sort of thing. Similar to this movie. He's going undercover, he's taking these people down, but in order to do that, he almost gets really good friendship feelings with these people. He becomes friends with the people he's going to be taking down. So it's a weird mental struggle. There's some moments in this movie that take you by surprise, too, where he's just with his family, and then something happens, and it's like, oh, he has to go into character, and you have to see his wife see him go into character, and she's not used to that. And there's different things that happen in this movie that kind of take you off guard, that I wasn't expecting, that really kept me anticipating what was going to happen next in this movie, whereas I thought it was going to be a paint-by-numbers cop movie. It really wasn't, I thought. So yeah, I don't want to give too much away, guys. Basically, everything about this movie was pretty good. The characters were good. The story was good. The acting was good. The way the movie ended, a lot of movies crumble there, though. The first 2 acts were good, but the last 30 minutes really sucked. No, this movie, the way it ended, it felt perfect. It felt like they wrapped it up perfectly, and it was kind of emotional. It kind of tugs at you a little bit, where you're like, oh man, but happy and you're sad at the same time. It's really weird but really cool. It makes you feel like you really saw a good movie. And this was a good movie, which is why I'm giving it girlfriend material. This movie was pretty freaking cool. Alright guys, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. Remember to hit the like button. And hey, if you haven't checked out some of my other videos, I got stuff on there like a bajillion other movie reviews, TV reviews, and an interview with Shia LaBeouf. So check that out if you can handle it. Go.